Hey, good evening, everybody, and welcome to this CTFO Zoom event. My name is Adam Levy from Canton, Connecticut. So glad that you've all stopped by to join us here for Tuesday Night Live. We do this every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. We go over different topics, cover different training items, recognize people, and really just a place to get together once a week. It's so much nicer than the old days when you got together at a hotel once a week. You had to drive there and get dressed. This way we only have to get dressed from the waist up. It's really nice. Anyway, we're so glad that you could be on the Zoom tonight. I got a couple of topics that I want to cover. I do want to recognize Retha Edmonds, though, top 5 enroller with a shape and burn order in the month of January. That's pretty significant. Retha, I know you see me there. Hopefully you can hear me. And I'm not sure why we can't hear you, but it doesn't even show that you have a mic to mute. So I'm not sure what that's all about. You might want to try it from a different phone or something like that, because I'm sure people would love to hear from you if we can get you on the audio to hear, your story and how you became the top enroller. I mean, the top enroller. I'm absolutely so excited for you, and congratulations on that. I want to cover a couple of the topics. If you haven't subscribed yet to our YouTube channel, there's always great videos. We post these on the YouTube channel. Of course, we put them on Facebook as under Biz Builders as well. But there's a Biz Builders YouTube channel, and I just posted the link on Biz Builders. So if you haven't subscribed yet, you might want to plug into that. A couple of things that are on there right now that I just put up. Dr. Zinni did a great segment on our big launch event this past or 2 weekends ago. And Dr. Zinni, just phenomenal explanation of the endocannabinoid system and how CBDa is superior in our products and what they're doing. And some of the, health issues that he is using these products for some of his patients. It's not a video you're probably going to see come out of the company because it does mention some disease states. So again, it's for educational purposes only, but great education, and you can find that on the Biz Builders YouTube channel. Also, that great interview that I did with Michael Swilling, Presidential Director, last week is there as well. If you haven't caught that or you want to share that link with people, it's pretty easy to do from Biz Builders. And as you know, Mike lost a ton of weight, his before and after pictures. And in posting those before and after pictures, he got about a dozen new signups, people buying products, warm market, people that he hasn't talked to in decades, all because of the drastic change that people saw visually from his before and after pictures. People don't even want to know. When they see a big change in you, they don't even want to know what's in it. They just want to know, where do I get it? How do I get it? Where can I get that? How much is that stuff? That's the thing that happens when you become a product of this product. When you have created that kind of a product story for yourself. And when it comes to weight loss, when it's visual like that, I mean, it is like night and day when somebody loses that kind of weight. So anyway, I'm just really excited that we were able to do that last week, and it is up there so you can check it out. I want to talk about a couple other things. Okay, leads and the co-op. I know there's a lot of people that are participating in the co-op that Mike puts together on here, and I've got some calls about how to follow up and what are the best things to say and things like that. Here's what I want to let you know about leads in general. Okay, I mean, I prefer myself to work warm market. I prefer to go after folks that I've known in the past. As I mentioned on a previous Zoom, I sent out a message about CBDa being in the news and a link to the clinical study or the Forbes article and asking if they were open to talk. It was just a simple message like that, private message, sent it out to about 20 people. And I got all kinds of responses from people who I hadn't talked to in a long time, people who were once in the business who decided, yeah, I want to take another look at CTFO, people who just wanted to try the product. And so I got into a conversation by just doing that. But having said that, sometimes we need a little external sources of leads. And it can be expensive. It can be time consuming. They are strangers. You do need to get to know them. You have to realize that people join you first, then they join your business. So when it comes to a complete stranger, they've got to like you. You've got to like them. There's a connection that has to happen before they will join your business in most cases. So that's the challenge with cold market. But having said that, there's a lot of people that are using and participating in the co-op. There's people that are generating leads in other ways. I do a Craigslist ad every once in a while, which it's very inexpensive to do. I get a couple people from it. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're not so good. The thing I liked about Craigslist was that they could be local, right? Pre-pandemic, you could sit down with them, you could have a cup of coffee, right? So that made sense to me. And it does to them too, because they want to maybe partner with somebody who's local. And so, you can build a relationship a lot quicker if you're building locally. So Craigslist is something that I enjoy for that reason. Now, obviously, you haven't been able to get together for coffee in a while, but so it may not really matter. But that is just one source. And if you have interest in that, I can show you how to do it. It's relatively inexpensive. I did generate some leads doing a different type of advertising that I was testing. I do have some available for free. These are people that filled out a form saying that they were open to looking at a home-based business. They did not join CTFO, but they did fill out one of our landing pages. And if anybody's interested in picking up the phone and making some phone calls, I'd be happy to give you some leads. And I will give you a script to go along with it. The way I look at it is these are people that raised their hand and said, yeah, I'm looking. For whatever reason, they went to the landing page or the tour page, and for whatever reason, they didn't join. But they did say that they were looking for something. So if you are open for that and you just got to reach out to me, let me know. I'll get you set up with a dozen leads or so, and a script to go with it. And if you do well with them and you want more, we can always set that up as well. Hey Terry, how's it going? Glad you could join us. All right, let's see. Oh, and the thing I want to talk to you about that as well before I get into my next topic is that you are really looking for, out of a batch of leads, let's say, or a batch of signups that are cold market, if that's what you're looking to do, you're really only looking for one or two people out of the whole mess. So if you join the co-op and you got 15 signups and you're wondering, hey, they didn't order, right? I know, Terry, you and I were talking about this the other day. You probably got a bunch of signups. And the reality is that, the timing's got to be right. They've got to be ready to be doing something. They've got to like you. You have to build a relationship. So all these things have to happen. And the reality is you're looking for really one or two of those people that you can get along with. That's the bottom line, that you can build a relationship with, that can, have the wherewithal to be in business for themselves. The challenge with CTFO is that, we let anybody in, right? It's free. It's free to join, right? That doesn't mean that they have any skin in the game. So not everybody's going to do something. Not everybody is going to make a purchase, right? And it can be disappointing because all these people sign up and then nobody does anything, right? Those people should probably have never joined and gotten involved in a business in the first place, right? They're not entrepreneurs. You're looking for just one or two people that have an entrepreneurial bone in their body that you can hold and bring along with you and show them how to be successful with this amazing opportunity with CTFO. That's what you're looking for. So if you join the co-op or you do some kind of advertising and 5, 10 people enroll, hey, that's great. You might not be able to get a hold of all of them. Not all of them are going to have good phone numbers. Not all of them should have ever signed up in the first place, right? But we let them all in. So you've got to sift and sort, and that's what you're doing. You're sifting and sorting and finding people who are moving in the direction that we are all moving, right? If they're going south and we're going north, you're not going to get them involved in your business, right? But if they're going northeast, northwest, you might be able to pull them north with you, right? They've got to be along the same lines, thinking about their future, willing to do something about it. And so when it comes to doing cold market like that, just know that you're looking for, maybe it's a needle in a haystack, maybe it's a couple needles, but that's what it really is. That's what it boils down to. And that's why I always really prefer to reach out to warm market people I've known in my lifetime, right? I've been on the planet now 55 years. I've met some people. So have you, right? You can go back as far back as you want to go, and you can find them mostly on Facebook or LinkedIn or somewhere else, right? You can find them. They're out there. And you just need to say hello and send a little message out. If you need a message that's been working pretty good, we can share that with you. Just hit me up and I'll show you what I'm sharing with everybody. That seems to be working out pretty good. But what I want to cover, I don't think we have Retha's audio yet. No, sorry about that, Retha. We got to figure out your audio one of these days. Is that the 10X Pure Advantage that we have. I want to cover that real quick. And the thing that is so important to know about is this. We've got something that nobody else has. And you've kind of heard that. But I want to kind of pull it all together for you so you really understand. Because here's what's going to happen. CBDa is in the news, right? CBDa, there's a clinical study. There's another news story that was on NBC recently. I did post that as well on Biz Builders if you haven't seen that one. Again, and all these news stories are being picked up based on that same singular clinical study on CBDA and how it protects and treats COVID, right? That's what CBDA, that's what the clinical study says. So that's going to become picked up by more news media outlets, and of course companies are going to come out with their CBDA products, right? Because they always follow the trend. And CTFO fortunately has a 2.5-year head start. We had CBDA in our products 2.5 years ago. We came out with our Super 1000. Okay, now we have a Super 500 and we have a Super 1500, which just came out. And it's important to understand that we already knew the benefits of CBDA. We knew that it was the raw cannabinoid found in the hemp plant and that there was no CBD in the hemp plant. It was the acid form. It was CBDA. And we knew also from Raphael McCollum that it is 1,000 times more potent for stress and anxiety, pain, and inflammation. It's an actual natural COX-2 inhibitor, CBDA. CBD is not. CBD is not a COX-2 inhibitor. CBDA is, okay? So we've already known all this. This is the stuff that we've known. Now, of course, a clinical study comes out saying that it not only does all that great stuff that we knew it did, but it now also has been proven to protect and treat against COVID. So people are going to find out about it. They're going to want to know. The challenge is it's a very fragile molecule. It's extremely fragile. In the processing, it degrades and the A drops off and you're left with CBD. Again, nothing wrong with CBD, but if you can have a product that has high quantities of CBDA in it, now you've got something that's so powerful. And that's why our business has taken off in the last few years in such a big way. People get the results. They feel a difference on that product. I don't know about you guys, but I feel amazing on our Super 1000. And I'm going to feel even more amazing when my Super 1500 gets here. And I know a lot of people are going big on that as well. And so, you know, we've got something that's very unique. You're not going to find it in the quantities right now. You're not going to find it in the quantities that we have on the in the marketplace, and that's pretty exciting. But here's the thing that you have to know: because we have this advantage, we've already done the tests. As a matter of fact, I think David just sent them over to me. Here's the lab report. I see it in my email. He just sent me the lab report, David D'Arcangelo, our Chief Science Officer, about the 10X Pure Super 1000. 15 months later. So for 15 months later, they tested, and guess what? The same amount of CBDA is in that product 15 months later. Okay, so even if somebody does come out with another CBDA product. And there are going to be others that come out with them, right? You don't know if it's going to last. You don't know what's protecting it. You don't know what it's in. Remember, our 10x Pure technology, which is patented, which we have the worldwide exclusive on, makes it hydrophilic, makes it plain ice with water, right? Oil and water don't usually mix, but they do because of that. It's got lauric acid in it, which is an antimicrobial. It's got caprylic acid, which is an antibacterial, antifungal, and has anti-inflammatory properties. It's got frankincense, right, which is great for asthma and arthritis, as well as gut and oral health. And it's a proprietary process, okay, that actually makes it so that that product, that CBD, those cannabinoids are getting to the target. So it's going to happen, right? I'm just giving you the heads up now. Because it's in the news, because it's so hot, CBDA, you're going to see things come out. But you have to know, they don't know what it's going to be like 15 months later. We do, right? And we've got all that other great benefits of the 10x Pure technology as well. And so there's really nothing out there quite like it. There's a great little chart I put together. I'm going to just share my screen real quick, and you guys can see this. And it's something that I think I already put it on Biz Builders, but if not, I'll definitely do that. Can everybody see my screen okay? All right, great. There it is. What's in your bottle? And again, we just came out with the Super 1500, the Super 1000 we've had, and the Super 500. And the numbers are pretty significant. Super 1000, over 300 milligrams of CBDA. Super 1500 has 450 milligrams of that raw CBDA in it. And, you know, this is such an incredible advantage right now. Here we are, still pandemic going on, and a clinical study comes out that says that the ingredient, the main ingredient that we've been focusing on in our line, protects and treats. Those were the words. Protects and treats COVID. Absolutely amazing. Stop sharing my screen here in a second. Find the person who's making noise. Boom. Okay, there we go. And anyway, so that's really what I wanted to cover tonight, and just let you guys know that we've got something here that is a window of opportunity for you to go out there and convert people, educate people. There's a lot of people out there that have tried CBD or use other CBD products on the market, and they don't have CBDA in it. So that's what I've been doing. I've been sharing private messages about the news. Have you heard the news about CBDA? How it's helping protect against variants. And then I include the Forbes article. And I think what I'm going to do now is start including the video as well that just came out on NBC. So if you can start conversations with as many people as possible, you are going to have you know, an incredible time marketing to people and having conversations about what we have to offer. It doesn't get much better than what CTFO has in place right now. I hear you, Retha. I mean, I see you typing. I'm sorry that we can't hear you. For some reason, your mic's not working, and I'm not sure what that's all about. But we are going to get Retha on one of these days, maybe next week even. Well, we'd love to hear a little bit more about how you made it into the. I think you were the first one. You're in the top 5, but I think you're on the top of the list. I think it means you were the top enroller in the whole company last month. So very exciting. Anyway, I'm going to be shooting out that clinical study or that study about the CBDA content 15 months later in our Super 1000, because I just got that, as I mentioned. That lab report is now in my email inbox, and I just got it from David. So I'm going to share that with you all too. You're going to have, you already have the greatest tools. So with that, I want to let you know that I believe Doug Overgold is doing the presentation tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern. CTFOwebinar.com is when that's happening and where that's happening. And that's again at 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. Doug does a great presentation. if you'd like to hear the opportunity or have people that like to, maybe hear the full opportunity with all the products and everything, that's a great place. I'd love to send people to that after this so they get a full-on presentation, especially if you're new. If you're new here for the first time, you want to see everything that CTFO has to offer, hop on at 9 p.m. tonight, ctfowebinar.com. Just click the link and you should be able to plug into that. All right, I'm going to open it up. We have a few more minutes in case anybody has anything they want to share, a testimony or anything like that, something that's good that's happening. I know, Jane, you're always good for a testimony. What are you up to, Jane?
Okay, I'm not sure how long I'm going to stay on off of the mute, but it says, okay, yeah, my microphone's unmuted. Yeah, I couldn't hear anything either at the beginning of this call.
Yeah.
Adam, so I don't know. I know Retha's on the call.
Yeah, no, Retha's here now, and I actually see her with a microphone for a change. So something's just going funny. I don't know. Retha, you there? Can you hear me? I asked her to unmute. So now her thing should be working. Okay, well, anyway, I'm sorry you couldn't hear Jane earlier on. I know that we checked the audio and everybody seemed to be hearing okay.
Okay, well, at least I can hear you now. So yeah. Everything's good. Yeah.
Excellent. What's happening in your business these days, Jane?
Well, I got on that call with Kevin Fournier last night and 50 other people, leaders in the company, and it was very inspiring. Basically for me, it's about taking action, like I grew up playing the violin, and my father was a famous violinist, and he said, the best time to practice the violin is when you don't feel like it. So, it's the same with this business. The best time to pick up the phone and call somebody is, when you don't feel like when you don't feel like distracting yourself and taking out the garbage instead, or doing the dishes or whatever, Yeah, it's about discipline.
I love it. And I love that you're sharing that with us while you're working out. That's fantastic. You're multitasking.
Yes, discipline. I'm on my treadmill, yeah. It'll be 4 miles today. I did 3 already.
Practicing what you preach. I love that. Appreciate that.
I'm walking the talk.
Fantastic. All right. I think we have a few others on here. Let's see. Craig, how you doing, buddy?
Okay, good. I just wanted to talk a little bit about the study. Now, we've all seen what the COVID looks like. You've got the spikes. Well, the CBDa, according to the study, attaches to the spikes. So then it prevents the COVID from entering healthy cells. That's the crux of that study.
Yeah, no, and you know what? They do a great job illustrating that with balloons and stuff on that video. They do a really good job of illustrating what you're saying on there.
No.
Okay, I think we're muting that one out. Thanks, Craig. Appreciate that. All right. Catherine, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. I already did my treadmill, so I did that earlier. Got that going. But yeah, today was a good day. I had 2 people contact me that have not ordered for a while, and they ordered, after seeing some information I sent on the CBDa, they ordered more CBDa, which was really great. There's still, I mentioned to Adam earlier, there's still customers that don't order online, so I order and have it shipped to them. They pay the invoice, and so we do it that way. But whatever it takes, right? And I walked them through all the steps and shown them all the savings, and they still want to order that way. So that's just fine with me. I only have a couple of people that do that, and so I have. It's so easy in our system to load their addresses and all, and even their credit cards, and you can just go in and order and out, they go to them directly. So that makes it easy too. You don't have it in your numbers, but you do have it in your volume. So I do it that way.
Fantastic. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Adam, this is
yeah.
Retha. Can you hear me?
Yeah, is that you, Retha?
Yes, I can't see anybody, but I've got my mic working now. I am so sorry.
That's okay. Hey, we're glad you you finally made it on. We appreciate that.
Yeah. Can anybody see me?
We can't see you,
No.
but we know how
Okay.
gorgeous you are. Just tell us a little bit about being in the top 5. I think #1 in the top 5 in the whole company, enrolling Shape and Burn people in January. What were you doing? I know you're posting a lot.
Hey, I'm sorry about this. I sure wish I could see everybody, but well, anyway, I think to sum it all up into one word would be passion. I have a passion about our products, and I got to using so many of them, and I thought, well, I think I could probably use some money to spend on these products. So I kind of decided to get into it, and our marketing, everything is there for us. I was just shocked at how easy doing this program is.
It is pretty amazing. It is pretty amazing, all the tools that you get for free. Absolutely.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I'm back.
Sorry about that. I'm trying to. I have to remove somebody who just keeps making noise. Okay, there we go. Fantastic. So anyway, Retha, congratulations on that. And I know that, becoming a product of the product, how can you not tell people about this when you get the results that you've gotten? What is your favorite product so far?
I was hooked on the Celavi after 1 month. I really don't have much arthritis or anything, but I do have a hip that has bothered me since my early 40s, and it's bursitis. And I noticed a tremendous difference in my hip after 1 month. And so I use the Celavi, and I think really it's my favorite, with probably the Extreme Shakes being second. I use a lot of those. But I do have a testimony on the oils.
Yeah, please.
I bought 3 bottles because I knew I was renovating my sister's house. And I'm talking about taking a shovel and digging up tile floors and the whole bit. So I tried the oils out during that time. And for 2 months, we worked on this house. I painted and everything, and I never missed 1 beat with that oil. Now, I did go through about 3 bottles of it, but it works. It works well. So I did test it out that way.
Fantastic. Well, hey, we appreciate you being on, and sorry we had the technical difficulties with you, but hey, we're glad that we got to hear from you. And again, congratulations on everything you're doing. You're just doing an amazing job. I watch you on social media, and you're just so passionate. And I'm hoping that you're also reaching out to people individually, because that's really what makes all the difference. You can post all day long, and if you don't individually reach out privately to people, then not a whole lot can happen, right? And so that's just the most important thing. And I know you're doing that as well, because obviously, top enroller in January. Congratulations! There you go.
Yeah.
So anyway,
If I
appreciate
might
you
say
being
one more
on.
thing. Yeah, one thing, Adam.
Yeah, go ahead.
Retha even brought her lady Alita, who's on this call, for her
We
first
said hello
time.
to Alita earlier today. Yeah, she's awesome.
Oh, okay. That's when I couldn't
Thanks
hear
for bringing
anything.
that up.
Okay.
Yeah, we know. Well, I'm sure we'll be hearing more from Alita in the future. Glad you could join us. I have somebody with a hand up. I'm thinking it might be Alfredet. Alfredet, is that you?
How you doing, Adam?
I could,
You know my
could
phone
tell.
is still out of order.
How you doing today?
Okay, I have not had time to, take it back to the company, Valentine's and all.
Well, hey, we're glad you could join us also. As always, we appreciate you
Yeah.
being here. And thanks, everybody, for hopping on tonight. Again, at 9 p.m. Eastern, ctfowebinar.com. The great Doug Overgold, 50K executive with CTFO, will be doing the presentation tonight. So hop on there and check it out. Everybody, thanks again for joining me. You guys are awesome. Packed house tonight. And as always, I appreciate you all. Love you guys. Talk to you all soon. Bye for now.